Hello and welcome to Justeventonline News at 9. I am Fatima Sadiki. The news headlines. Merging ministries will lead to non-performance. Tinubu justifies large cabinet. Federal government to fund student loan scheme through education tax. 26,800 die annually from tobacco-related sickness. Federal government reviews. Rep. Muktar shagaya NEMA distribute relief materials to flood victims in Ilorin West and Asa. Kwara Central Senator flags of WAEC, NECO, JAMB registration for constituents. Constituents get Wike fees covered by Honorable Hon.Tundun Alanamu. Wike seeks stringent laws to check crimes in city. IGP inaugurates special intervention squad to enhance security. CDS advocates non-kinetic approach to tackling insecurity. NSCDC receives drones, walkie-talkies to combat security. NSCDC receives drones, walkie-talkies to combat insecurity. Delta opens environmental offences courts. Beach volleyball. Nigeria qualify for 13th African Games. Now, the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has justified his cabinet of 47 ministers, saying the number reflects the diversity of roles required to run an efficient government. Tinubu acknowledged criticisms over his heavily staffed cabinet. However, he said merging portfolios would only heap some officials with more burdens than they can bear. The federal government has said the education tax under the Federal Inland Revenue Service would serve as one of the funding sources for the recently established student loan scheme. Said the scheme will be fully automated to ensure zero human involvement in the application and processing of the loans to applicants. The federal government has said that more than 26,800 annual deaths in Nigeria have been attributed to tobacco-related diseases, even as 4.5 million Nigerians aged 15 and above are tobacco users. The acting executive vice chairman of Federal Competitive Consumer Protection Commission, Adamu Abdullahi, said that the government is committed to creating a smoke-free environment and fulfilling international obligations under the World Health Organization Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. Honorable Muktar shagaya, member representing Ilorin West and Asa Federal Constituency at the Federal House of Representatives in Abuja, in collaboration with the National Emergency Management Agency, has distributed relief materials to persons affected by flood disasters in 2023. Speaking with Justeventonline TV, Special Advisor on Media to Honorable Shagaya Lukman Bashir disclosed that the initiative aimed to empathize with victims of the 2023 floods. He also said that there are many good plans for the people of Ilorin West and Asa. Bashir said the relief items distributed included 400 bags of rice, 400 bags of beans, 400 bags of gari, 40 cartons of seasoning, 30 kegs of vegetable oil, 30 cartons of tinned tomatoes, 100 cartons of noodles, 200 pieces of blankets, 200 pieces of mosquito nets, 100 bags of cement, and 100 bundles of roofing sheets.
My simple message is, before the election and even after the election, one of the things Honorable Muktar shagaya keeps saying is that we are people-oriented personnel here, and whatever we are to do that will make our people to be happy, to live healthy, and their well-being will be very taken care of. And that is why I will advise our people that they should not relent in praying for our lawmakers, in praying for our leaders, because as we can see, these are the things that we have not been seeing right from the beginning. But when Honorable Muktar come into being, we can see that things are changing for good. And I believe in the nearest few months, we are going to see more of what Honorable Shagaya will be doing for his constituents.
Speaking on behalf of the National Emergency Management Agency, Secretary of State Emergency Management Agency, Malam Sadu Magaji, expressed appreciation to Honorable Shagaya for his timely support to constituents. He urged the people of Ilorin West and Asa to remain conscious. He added that the state government has started the awareness programs to prevent floods and fire outbreaks. Dr. Abdul, Honorable Shagaya's legislative aide from Asa local government, emphasized the timeliness of the intervention, expressing gratitude on behalf of the people of Asa. Beneficiaries of the relief materials commended Honorable Shagaya and offered prayers for his continued guidance in legislative duties.
Alijẹsà wùdí ìsán ìlànà ìsán ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ó ṣe dáadáa láyé dáadáa náà ni wọ́n máa bá pàdé ọlọ́run ọba yóò bá wa san wọ́n ní ẹ̀san olóore yóò sì bá wa dúpẹ́ fún wọn nítorí pé kíní yìí wọ́n lawọ́ wọn láti fi ṣàánú everybody ní kejì pé wọ́n ṣe ojúṣàájú nípa rẹ̀ rárá bí tí wù kọ́ mọ̀ torí àti ẹ̀ lérò níta bá pàdé lára wọn nípa ọlọ́run lè ṣàánú wa látara bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ó dùn mọ́ mi ebi alẹ́ ebi àárò nípa gbogbo wa àwọn ọmọ wa lálùbáríkà wọn ó jèrè ẹ jèrè sẹ́yìn òpè ẹ ní dààmú lérí ẹ.
The senator representing Kwara Central Senator District in the National Assembly, Malam Salim Mustafa, has commenced the 2024 edition of Annual West African Examination Council, National Examination Council, and Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board Scholarship for Indigent and Orphans in the Central District. The coordinator of Salim Mustafa Foundation Education Committee, Professor Binta Sulaiman, who represented the legislature at the flag-off ceremony, said over 2,000 students benefited from the scholarship across the 4 local government areas and beyond. Congratulating the beneficiaries of the scholarship for this year, Professor Sulaiman urged them to be focused, dedicated, disciplined, and highly committed to their educational pursuits by coming out in flying colors. The university lecturer, who encouraged the recipients of the scholarship to see themselves as chosen and blessed individuals, reiterated the commitment of Senator Salim Mustafa to the educational development of his constituents, with further award of full scholarship to deserving students among the beneficiaries. Also speaking, the Secretary of the Education Committee, Comrade Yakub Ishowo, provided the guidelines for the seamless registration of the students, urging them to see the scholarship as an opportunity to achieve their academic goals and dreams. Recipients receive the scholarship in their various schools as representatives of Salim Mustafa Foundation visited the schools to hand over the awards to the principals and parents of the students. The move, lauded by many as a significant boost to education in the region, Honorable Hon.Tundun Alanamu, representing Ilorin Northwest constituency in the Kwara State House of Assembly, has provided financial relief to students by covering their West African Examination Council fees. This generous act comes as a major weight off the shoulders of many families struggling to afford the exam fees, which is crucial for students to progress to higher levels of education. The news of Honorable Alanamu's intervention has been met with jubilation and gratitude from beneficiaries and their families. The initiative has also drawn praises from education stakeholders and community leaders who commended Honorable Alanamu's commitment to education and our dedication to supporting our constituents. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, has called for stringent laws to check crimes in the territory. Wike, who made the call while addressing newsmen, complains that the penalty in the current law is not enough to discourage criminals. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has presented the newly inaugurated Special Intervention Squad to enhance security across Nigeria. The IGP, while presenting the SIS, said that public safety is a collaborative endeavor and the enforcement of law and security of lives and property to place order in any society is no light task. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has advocated for the use of the non-kinetic approach and the ongoing fight against criminality in the country. According to him, no fewer than 2,000 Boko Haram terrorists, through a non-kinetic approach, surrendered to the troops in the height of insurgency in the country. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has received 3 drones and 100 highly profiled self-configured walkie-talkies from international partners to combat security. The donation was part of the strategy to ensure the safety of lives and properties of the citizens, and also for proper surveillance of critical national assets and infrastructure in Nigeria. To check the indiscriminate dumping of waste in Asaba and its environs, the Delta State government has approved the establishment of 5 environmental mobile courts to prosecute the fraudsters. The Director General of the Delta State Capital Territory Development Agency, Patrick Hooker, stated that the magistrates at the mobile courts would commence prosecution of landlords, occupiers, and business owners of premises that contravene the sanitation laws from January 31, 2024. The last on the news is following their near-perfect performances at the recently concluded African Games qualifiers in Ghana, Nigeria's men and women's beach volleyball teams have qualified for the 13th African Games in Ghana. The 13th African Games is scheduled for March 8 to 23 in Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast in Ghana. We have come to the end of the news. Here's a recap of the story. Margin ministries will lead to non-performance. Tinubu justifies large cabinet. Federal government to fund student loan scheme through education tax. 26,800 die annually from tobacco-related sickness. Federal government review. Rep. Muktar Shagaya NEMA distributes relief materials to flood victims in Ilorin West and Asa. Kwara Central Senator flags of WAEC, NECO, JAMB registration for constituents. Constituents get WAEC fees covered by Honorable Hon.Tundun Alanamu. Wike seeks stringent laws to check crimes in city. IGP inaugurates special intervention squad to enhance security. CDS advocates non-kinetic approach to tackling insecurity. NSCDC receives drones, walkie-talkies to combat insecurity. Delta opens environmental offences court. Beach volleyball. Nigeria qualified for 13th African Games. Thank you for watching Justeventonline News at 9. Remember, don't fear mistakes. They are your stepping stone to success. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com. And to read more updates, follow us on our social media platforms with the tap at Justeventonline. You can also send us an email on justeventonline@gmail.com. I am Fatima Spirki. Good night.